Ladies and gentlemen, I got my man Cole here,
What up, what up?
real estate broker. And you want to introduce yourself, Cole?
Yeah, well, I'm Coleman Whitaker with Presto Real Estate. Been here with E for over a decade. Huh?
Yeah, man. Without further ado, I ain't gonna cheat y'all. I'm gonna treat y'all.
I had a good friend of mine ask me the other day, man, do you ever think about just being crazy rich? And I said, well, what does rich mean exactly, right? And I said, is rich a mansion and a Rolls Royce or $100,000 watch? And he was like, and that doesn't sound bad. But to me, rich is something different. It's getting to a point to where you don't have to think about money and you don't have to work, you know?
Yes,
And that doesn't necessarily mean you have $100 million, right? You might have just done some stuff and fixed yourself up 8 grand a month for the rest of your life, right?
hmm
You know, but I think different people see it differently, you know? You know, when one person sees a guy in a $300,000 car, they go, man, that man has a lot of money. Well, I think to myself, that's about $5,500 a month in payments between insurance, maintenance, and the car lease, you know? I mean, the thing is, at the end of 4 or 5 years, the car is worth less, but that money could have been worth so much more. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's either you put it on something that's going to become a liability or something that's going to appreciate. But I was older before I figured that out. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah, man.
You talk about perception and how perception is power, right?
Absolutely.
And so a lot of people that's what they need in order to, it's two sides to it, right?
Mhm.
Because we're attracting people, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
through what we do.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? People are. I don't mean it as a slight
Mhm.
to my people, but
Mhm.
we could be a little shallow.
We can be shallow. You know, I had a guy, a good friend, is a trainer, and he had a client who was worth about $600 million, and he had a $100,000 Porsche Panamera, right? And he
hmm
said, "Man, I love this car, but I feel so embarrassed when I go to Bill's house." And he said, "Why?" I asked him why. He said, "Because Bill is worth, a little over $500 million, and he has a Ford Explorer. And I don't have anywhere close to that, and I'm in this car."
Mm.
And every time he would see him, Bill would go, "Wow, that's a really nice car." But Bill didn't spend his money on stuff like that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Wow.
that's the difference, man.
It's like when you're like, for example, in your case, a
Hmm.
lot of real estate owners
Hmm.
or brokers that I
Yeah,
see, it's like you gotta come in a nice car.
it's a
It's
part
like
of
they
it.
say about the
It's
watch.
a part of it.
When people see you with stuff,
Hmm.
they know
Hmm.
you're not. They feel like you're not trying to get them.
But you know what it is? It depends on the person, right?
Okay.
If it's a person who's had and you pull in a gold mat wrapped uh, Bentley, you know what they're gonna say? Oh, new money. Welcome, new money.
hmm
So to new money or people without money, that's gonna look amazing.
Yeah.
But to real money, they're gonna be able to spot you a mile away.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We know that. You and me know that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
you want to have a nice little, nice little car, nice little watch. You know what I'm saying? Just to show that you're not hurting.
right, again, depends, right? One watch. I got one friend, right, who has a watch. It's a Rolex Presidential, right?
hmm
Now in the hookah lounge, it's a hit. You know why? Because he's got diamonds all in it and boom, boom, boom. But the diamonds didn't come from Rolex.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's aftermarket diamonds, boom, boom, boom. The seal has been broken.
Decrease the value.
So to everybody in the hookah shop, he's fucking balling.
Banging. Wow.
But to the guy who's the watch collector, that's trash.
Yeah, mess that watch up.
It's all perception. You've depleted all the value in that watch.
So, like, where does this come from? Because it seems almost cultural.
We don't know. It's education, socioeconomics.
So,
Well,
is it a lack of education or is it a act of miseducation?
mm, yes, two things can be true at the same time.
Right?
I love that. I got a client, 10-year-old grandson. He's super high net worth. You know what he gets for Christmas?
What?
Books. savings bond.
Man, that's awesome.
Every dollar he gets, he has to donate 30% of it
Man,
to
what?
people who are less fortunate.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't do it.
So I was over at homie's house yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my bro. And he was sharing with me how, man, he said, man, my kids are so spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and he's Muslim. His
Mm-hmm.
wife is, I guess, secular. You know, she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really claim a religion. She's spiritual. She's a beautiful person.
Yeah.
And he says, you know, this pagan holiday, we just talking.
Yeah, for sure.
He said, man, I'm just trying to find a way. Because he's like me, man. I'm not about to fight with my
No,
family
at
about
all.
Christmas,
At
man. I'm
all.
glad we can spend some
Yeah,
time together.
absolutely. Whatever you
I've
want to
been there
call
and
it.
done that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in my growing pains.
Yeah.
But he says to me, he says, man, so this year what we doing is they getting a little couple things,
Mm-hmm.
but they're going to give away more than they get.
Absolutely.
I said, wow, man, I really
Volunteer on
admire that.
Thanksgiving morning. Yeah, I love it.
Because they got a bunch of stuff, and they're going to get to see that.
Hey,
They're going to
that's
get to
the
go take stuff to
thing.
people, all their clothes. Because he said his son, he said, man, I'm just trying to get him to value things, man.
It's tough.
He said, man, wifey bought him a Nike lunchbox.
Mm-hmm.
The zippers, pockets for the utensils, big old nice. So the next morning, he just go grab a Mario one off the thing, and because we got several. But what in a lunchbox? He don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just know he could get another one. He could go out the cabinet and get another one. That's all he knows.
Jay-Z has a line where he says, you know the cost of everything, but the value of nothing.
So that's sad for us being grown.
I know.
So it's a beautiful thing when
Mhm.
you're already trying to teach
When
your
you're
kids.
trying to get it, I know.
Because we tried to give them what we didn't have.
We didn't have,
And we tried to prevent them some pains we went through when some of that stuff made us, and they got to go through some of that stuff. But it takes us a little minute. Thankfully, we can, when we do, actually see it. Like, oh, I'm not trying to cripple them
But
now.
you know what it happens? Have you ever heard hard times make strong men? Right? Strong men make easy times. Easy times make weak men. Hard times made us strong.
That's a fact.
Easy times for our children makes them weak.
Yes.
But we can't help it because we want them to be better and not have to go through what we went through. I know. That's the thing.
So it's like a balance, bro. So I'm just grateful that we can have these conversations. We can learn as we go. Hopefully not making too many mistakes that we have to learn from. But definitely knowing that we have to learn, that we do learn from them, and seeing that has given me confidence with my children, and the reminder that all my children are adults now, and they're going to learn more from their mistakes, hopefully, than the things they do right.
And the thing is, man, I found myself trying to prevent him from falling. I need him to fall.
Yeah,
a lot.
It's crazy because it's like an oxymoron. Like, you know what I mean? If anything happens to your kids, man, you ready.
I'm telling you, man. You know, Brooke is 10 months, right? And she's walking around the house.
Yeah.
And, you know, when she falls, the first time she fell, my wife went, oh, and she started screaming, the baby. So a couple more times she did it, and I told my wife, I said, when she falls, don't say anything. So she fell, nobody said anything. She looked. A couple days later, she fell again, hard as hell. Nobody said anything. She looked. She's just reacting to you. She's fine.
That's
Each
deep.
time she falls, yeah.
That's deep.
But if she falls and you go, oh, every time she falls,
Man,
yeah.
That's deep. Just the whole concept of just being there.
I know. Yeah.
When they look.
Yeah.
And them knowing they're not alone.
Come on.
Can do a lot more than.
Yeah. Just come on.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And let's just say they do get hurt.
You're right there.
Hey, you all right? Acknowledging them.
Absolutely.
It's just the psychological development
Every
of a
time
child.
you cry, I'm not going to jump. But if it's major, and I can tell that was, come get a hug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the difference. Yeah. Completely the opposite. If you're never there, or if you hug them every time.
I think it's so important, man. The psychological development of a child, having at least a basic understanding of that. Because, like, our parents weren't childhood psychologists.
They were working to feed us, bro.
You know what I mean?
You know, they were working. They were doing what they had to.
And they did a damn good job.
Damn right. There's stuff that they put in us, and we'll never put in our children.
No, you don't know
Mm-mm,
how.
mm-mm,
But at the
mm-mm.
same token, when you get to this point, man, when you realize, I was talking to my wife yesterday, and I said, what's crazy? Childhood is a metaphor for human life.
Absolutely.
She
Absolutely.
said, what you mean? I said, we grown ass kids.
Yeah.
Like we still want what we want when we want it.
Absolutely.
And when you're a child, you want to, it's cute, or when you get to a certain age, it ain't cute no more.
It's
So you
not.
want to
Yep.
correct it.
Yep.
You want to break them.
Yep.
It don't take it away from them
You just learn how
just
to
because you
deal with it.
condemned them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now the more we learn that, now we become grown adults that are still children that want what we want. But now we have a bunch of disappointment.
We do. We do.
So now we're disappointed childs that still want what we want when we want it, that never really spiritually matured.
And the growth comes, and I heard this the other day. If you go back and do an audit of your disappointments in your life, most of them have your signature on it.
It's all us.
It's all us, bro.
Yeah, so
It's all us, bro.
So just to put a cap on that conversation I had with my wife, man, it was like enlightening for me. I was sharing it because it gave me an aha moment. I said, so it just almost seems like as we become truly spiritual, as we mature, so becoming mature as a human being means becoming truly spiritual.
Absolutely.
And as you become truly spiritual, you mature as a human being.
Absolutely.
As a being, a human being, because then you realize that it's not about me.
That's how an old church lady becomes an old church lady. When she was 20, she wasn't an old church lady. She had to grow and had those mistakes. Yeah. Like me, I'm selfless. My family is before me. Period. Whatever it takes, right? Yeah. But when I was 30, I wasn't that selfless. Yeah. Takes time, man. Now that's the only thing that's important to me.
It takes time, man. And even though I know it, I'm not going to say I don't still have areas, blind spots. Because that's the biggest thing. Yeah. When I catch a blind spot.
Yeah.
Because I'm frustrated.
Human.
I'm frustrated. I'm like, man, what is going on?
Human. That's natural.
And I don't realize what's going on.
Yeah.
And then when I realized it, like, I was self-seeking something. Whether it was because I felt like I needed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Filling a void.
I felt like I wasn't enough without it. Or I wasn't. When I say enough, it don't necessarily have to be material.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't necessarily have to be material. Like it's been enlightening since I started therapy.
Yeah. Therapy is necessary, bro.
And so some of the stuff, let's just give for example, man, is the internal stuff. Because you start to feel like, okay, I'm becoming aware of this stuff, but now how long before I heal?
By heal, yeah.
Or how long before I get to the other side of this?
Yep.
And that becomes like a long way to travel.
Yep.
You get out the moment.
Yep. Yep. No, therapy gets you out of your way. I was talking to my wife yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, she's a new mom, right? She's 35. She's like, this is a lot of work. This is overwhelming." And I said, give your mom, give your friend a call. And she said something that was pretty epic, bro. She said, I can't call them. I said, well, why can't you call them? Because they're not going to understand. They're not going to hear me. I said, well, what's going to happen? They're going to say, you have an amazing life. You have this, you get to do this. Why are you complaining? You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter
is what people do.
That is
what they feel.
That's what they feel if they don't say it. Why are you complaining? You got this. You don't even have to work. Boom, boom, boom. But a person's truth is a person's truth.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you can't be ashamed of your blessings.
No, man.
And that's the thing you can't wear.
I know.
You got to surround yourself with new people.
Absolutely.
If that's the kind of people and how they coming at you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm telling you as a friend, I need you to listen to me, and you're saying,
don't fix me.
Yeah. And you're saying, well, you should be cool because you have blah blah blah. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
No. Yeah. You outgrow people sometimes. And you don't get to pick your family as far as your blood, but you do get to pick your family as far as your tribe. And it ain't nothing against our families. There's a couple of different belief systems that believe this. But when I heard this, it only felt like, yes, man, I kind of know that. I kind of feel like this is true before I heard this. Absolutely. I'm just glad that I'm not the only one that feels this way.
That feels this way.
Well, there's some belief systems that believe that we choose part of the agreement we make with God when we come here, a contract and stuff, that the puzzle pieces that it's going to take for us to achieve our destiny, our purpose, use the gifts that God gave us, we pick our families and the stuff that's going to help us the most.
Yeah. No,
for example, some people, if they had cheerleading parents or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, it would completely not prepare them for what they got coming.
Absolutely.
If they had, all the money in the world, it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have prepared them.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, if they were born broke, it wouldn't have prepared
It
them.
wouldn't have prepared them. And it
Some
depends
people,
on
if
you.
they
Yeah.
were born with two parents, it wouldn't have prepared them. They needed one parent or
Yeah.
no parents.
I heard
It's crazy.
I heard an artist say one day, if I was born rich, I wouldn't have built this empire. Wouldn't have needed to.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's nothing against them. They're a blessing in our life. And as we stand firm in our purpose and our truth, I feel like we also help them.
We do. And it's all about the trip, not the destination. It's the time, that dash. The stuff we're learning every
That
day, man.
dash.
That dash, man. It's
I'll never
all in
forget
that
when I
dash.
heard that for the first
It's
time.
all in that dash, man.
Now that was the dash.
Yep. Damn the beginning, damn the end. What's the dash?
So
What did you
for the
do?
people that never heard that, when you say dash, what you mean by that?
So you got your birth date, your year, and then
On
you
your
got
tombstone.
on your tombstone. Then at the end you got when you pass. But the good stuff is the dash, the good and the
Dash,
bad, the
y'all.
people who stood with
Woo!
you, the people who turned on you. It's all in the dash. Yeah. My brother says all the time, how many people gonna be at your funeral? And it's crazy because my aunt, who was nice in her own right, um, but not what we think of as a sweet person.
Right.
She had a graveside funeral with 13 people.
Mm.
My mom had 500 people during COVID, right? So that dash is oftentimes measured at your memorial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all on what you do with that time. And we're supposed to get better in the last quarter, bro.
Yeah, man. That's the
Yeah,
hope,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That 60, 70-year-old man, he was a different guy at 25, 35. The dad I was at 30 with Miles, I'm 46 now.
I think I'm coming into the true understanding of that at this age now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I spent a time, again, I'm looking at a lot of stuff and it's giving me a lot of relief to realize that systematically we've been trained a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got so many different purposes, so multifaceted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole now.
And people do different things, man. I saw an old, I think it was from the 70s. Richard Pryor and another actress of that day, they were on like Johnny Carson, right? And the lady said, thank God we live in the United States and we don't have homeless people and people with no food. Thank God of that. And Richard Pryor goes, no, that's very prevalent. And she said, no, I'm not going to accept that. Not in the United States, not now.
What? What year was this?
It was like 77, bro. When people were addicted to heroin and all kind of stuff, right?
Where was she?
Away from that.
Wow.
That's the thing. You know what I mean? Away from that. That's the kicker, right?
Sheesh.
My brother used to always say, if I came here from this direction and you came here from this direction, we saw two different things. You telling me about that
Man,
big yellow bear down there? I'm like, there's no yellow bear on the way.
that's one of the reasons I love talking to you,
Yeah.
because you always use these kind of similes or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And you always got one for
That's
me, man.
it.
So
My brothers are old heads, all of them.
hmm
But that's the thing.
I love that.
Yeah, we can sit here and go back and forth. But if we came from two different directions, north and south, no matter how we talk, I saw a red racetrack and you saw a 76 Gulf station. Never gonna be the same. hmm But if I could get you to ride down the street with me, I can show you something and make you go, oh, it is a racetrack down
Wow.
here. If I go back with you, I'll be like, there is a 76 Golf down here. But nowadays, we just sit in the middle and argue about what's not.
Sometimes a thought, right? You having a thought. So we come from the hip hop generation. Sometimes I'm riding, and it'll come to me in the form of a rhyme, right? And just the other day, man, and we've talked about this before, but it just came to me. I'm in the car, and I said, man, we sitting here fighting on who's right and who's wrong. But how about if God just want to see if we can get along?
Oh, I like that. I like bars. I
You
like
remember what I'm
that.
saying?
I like that.
That's how he be coming to me.
There
Sometimes.
was the other night, man. I forgot the game. I think it was the Nets, but Jay-Z and Blue Ivy was there on the sideline, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a giant. I mean, her dad's tall, but she looks
I was
just like.
thinking the same thing about Kanye and Kim's oldest daughter. I
I
didn't even know that was
know,
her when
I
I saw her the
know.
other day.
But this girl looks just like Beyonce. But I
Wow.
noticed, so he's on courtside. They're chilling. LeBron comes up and daps him up, hugs Blue. And if you look down, about 8 people. Floyd Mayweather is there with like a boutique shopping bag with racks of money in it, right? And he's taking the money out of the bag, counting it while he's on the court side, flexing.
Yeah, Lloyd be
Just
tripping,
yeah,
man.
that's his thing, right? Big jewelry, boom, boom, boom,
Oh
right?
my gosh, man. Who he trying to get?
So the meme says Floyd Mayweather net worth $500 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z net worth $2.5 billion, right? But Jay-Z had popcorn in his lap. You know what I mean?
You love that. I bet you got a kick out of that.
Well, I thought about that line.
Wow.
Y'all
What line?
niggas holding money to your ear.
Yeah.
Don't even call that money over here.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's deep.
Yeah,
That's
that's
deep.
true. Yeah. So it's like
That's deep.
you doing all of that, nigga. I'm really all that. You know?
That's real talk.
But only to a person who has more.
And then when it's all said and done, man, like I've been having this thought lately. I said, man, I need to go back journaling because I got too many thoughts, man.
Gotta write them down.
Thoughts that I can't even share with nobody because I mean it's all right. I got a couple people that I can talk to, but still, it's gonna be me that's gonna have to really pan all this shit out. And so I was just thinking about, man, a lot of times we think about the temporariness of life, right? And how, man, you hear some people say, man, this life is just for us to prepare for the next one. And so that's truth to me. But then there's still this life and making the best of it. And so that confusing dilemma of like what's most important in any given moment.
Old man told me one time, nobody's ever been on their hospital bed and said, man, I wish I could have taken more meetings. You know?
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could have cut more eggs, or you know what I mean? Sold more houses. It's always about family.
Yeah. We always get back to that, you and I, man. I cherish my family. I value family the same way you value family, man. It's just always been a pleasure, Cole.
That's cool. I got family photos. I think that's cool. Won't look too gray, I think.
Nah, you don't want to, yeah, because you usually like to keep the gray.
Just a little bit. Yeah,
just a little?
A little bit. I do like to, man, it's crazy, like you said. My clients at this point, they trust the gray.
Yeah, I can see
You know what
that.
I mean?
That's
If
what
that
I'm
makes
saying.
any sense, they trust the gray.
The gray with a not too loud watch,
There you go, man.
with a not too loud car, and health, and joy. You're going to sell 1 billion houses.
For the last 6 years, I've worn $200 watch.
Yeah, you see me.
And a $50 wedding ring. You know why I wear a $50 wedding ring?
Why?
I'm probably going to lose it twice a year.
Bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of, man, my wife been getting on me about getting me a new one because I lose them all the time.
That's what I do, bro. That's what I do.
I take them off too much. To train jujitsu, I take it off. I'm hitting weights, I take it off. I'm doing pull-ups, I take it off.
She said to me one time, I saw these nice Ray-Bans. You would love them. I said, how much were they? She said, $300. I said, don't buy me any $300 glasses. Because I'm going to leave them the same place I leave these $10 glasses. You know what I mean? Yeah. Except the $10 glasses, I got like 3 pairs scattered around. You know? When Brooke grabs them and breaks them, throw them in the trash.
When my kids were little, man, I was still into gold fronts and stuff. Man, he must have lost about 3 pairs, man. I said, that's it for that.
When Miles was little, I was still in the $300 glasses. That's how I learned. Yeah.
I remember them days.
Yo, man, I'm just going to lose them. Like AirPods, right? I buy my AirPods at the pawn shop. I'm only going to lose one of them, and I know this. You know what I mean?
Shoot, I need to go to the dang on pawn shop because I need some new AirPods.
Man, the one I go to is Jerry's in Buckhead. Bro, audio video equipment, AirPods, mixers.
Man, I need to come up there. I'm glad that came up.
Whatever you can think about, bro.
I'm glad that came up. I need some AirPods.
Yeah.
And I'm still with Generation 1s.
Yeah,
You see me, boom.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They still work, but they starting to die. One's starting to die sooner than the other one.
Man, my phone is a 13. It's fine. It works. I
That's
make
what
a lot of money off that 13.
That's what I said about mine.
Yeah. I mean, the phone is 11.
You see, I had to get the adapter because they won't even sell equipment for these mics. They won't even sell equipment that fit my phone.
Yeah,
so I had to get the adapter. But yeah, man, I'm frugal in some things. One thing that I will spend on, don't even care how much it is. Like as far as when I go, I don't be like looking at the price. Yeah. It's food. Oh, yeah. If I'm going there to have a steak,
I'm gonna have a steak.
I know what steak I want. That's all I want.
Have you seen that Costco hack they got out, man? You can buy, literally, this lady spent $69 and bought a full ribeye, like a loin. And she got 11 steaks out that thing for like $67.
Yeah, well, I need to go to TikTok or something?
Yeah, just go to Costco. They got New York strips, fillets.
I like Costco too. Yeah, they got the short ribs in there. That's my favorite stuff. Cole, what you think?
Perfect. There we go. Yeah, man.
All right, y'all. So we're going to say peace. Cole, give your info, man. Your Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram, C. Whitaker, RE. Definitely follow. I follow back.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right.
What's really good? He who vibes.
What up, people, the people, my people? What it is, what it do, how are you? My wish is that everyone is healthy and hopeful. This is your ear to the streets, progress and enthusiasm central. The illest barbershop station in the nation. I am your host, E, Moneybags the Technician, a.k.a. Philadelphia Barber, a.k.a. Dragon Ball E. I am a master barber, lifestyle coach, researcher, and enthusiast. We are live. This is Barbershop Talk Radio.